it is us with Coffee Chats Unfiltered. We are back, and guess what? We are in person and live now. Guess who's back in town now? So we are here. It is me, Cynthia Merritt. Hi, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chats Unfiltered. We are two women. I'm in my 60s and here to share some experiences that I have learned in life and some expertise that I have and just some tips and tricks to pass along to help everyone's journey to get maybe in a better way. Get something that they can gain from it. And we want to get your comments too, but let me right now introduce my host.
Hey guys, I am Valerie Davis and I am back in the flesh. Thank you, goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I too, like Cynthia, have some tips and tricks that I've learned, that I'm still learning, and things that I would like to explain and just get your feedback to make sure that we're doing the right thing. Because as we always say, life is lifing, but we can't let life life us like that. Okay? All right.
And we go with the motto, each one teach one. Yes. So everyone who runs across someone who you feel has some a need, if you have that expertise, we shall share. So we're going to give a toast. We're back with Coffee Chats Unfiltered, a live toast. We've never done that.
I know.
All right, guys.
So refreshing.
I know, right? This morning we have a great conversation. I'm so excited to be here with these two ladies because, first of all, we have Val, and you guys know Val, but Val is newly married.
He put a ring on it. He put a ring on it.
All right, he did put a ring on it, and the wedding was simply beautiful.
Thank you.
The wedding was simply beautiful, and then we also have Patricia, who is a special person to me in my heart. This is my beautiful mother-in-law. Oh, Patricia.
Gorgeous.
And Patricia and Donald, my father-in-law, they have been married for over 60 years. That's amazing.
Ooh, that's good. That's some good stuff.
Let me give you this microphone.
Hello, everybody. It should be good for here.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, what we're talking about today is marriage because we have a newly married and then we have an expert at marriage.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, you have some, I'll say it this way you have some expertise that we can definitely commend because there are so many people who don't make it past even 5 years now. And so they don't have the skill set that you guys have because you have endured so many years. So we just want to hear from you and talk about the whole conversation that we're about to have and hear the differences and because everybody's going to be on their own journey. Everybody's on their own journey, and your number of years is really, really not something you should focus on, I don't believe. Right. It's the relationship that you're establishing and building. And so that's why I wanted to talk to you guys with these. And I have some questions that I have, and I just want to get your responses, and I want to also contribute because I said that Pat is my mother-in-law, so I was married to her son for 10 years. So I do have some experience at marriage as well, so I may have a couple of things to throw in there, just a couple of words to throw in there. But the first thing I wanted to say is love is a verb. It's not just a feeling. So when you think about that, feelings, they will rise and they will fall. And what carries the marriage is the daily choices we make, the respect we show to each other, the patience we have in our relationship, the kindness, and the effort even when we don't feel like it, y'all. What say you, Val?
All right. So thinking about love and the action. So I want to show that I'm courteous, that I'm kind, that I'm loving, that I'm committed. And even when I don't feel like showing that, I still have to put forth that effort. And sometimes it's not that easy. So I'm glad that you're sitting here so that you can help me figure out what I need to do. And I firmly believe in when you're learning something or want to do something so great, you have to sit at the foot of a master. So I can't tell somebody else what to do if I don't know what to do. So I try to exercise love. I try to exercise listening, understanding, and empathy. And I hope that I'm going about it the right way.
Well, I hope you are too. But first of all, you don't even have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you feel like. Just do what you feel like doing it. Just do, just do what you feel like doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't walk around 24 hours a day.
Yes, ma'am.
Thinking about, now I got to do this in love and I got to do that in love.
Right.
It just come to you. When you really feel like that, you just do it. And if you don't feel like doing it, it's okay to say that you don't feel like doing it. So I don't feel so good today. I know don't nobody want to hear nobody walking around complaining all day long. But and I don't think naturally anybody would really do that.
Right.
But I know that people do. I wouldn't think so, but there are some people that do walk around all day long complaining.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
And I wouldn't want to be that kind of person.
Right.
But through my life, Don worked a night shift most of the time. So when he came home, I had things prepared for him.
Okay.
Had his dinner ready, and during that time I was OCD. So it was very easy. But as you get older, you're not able to. Hey, some of that. I have a friend that still is OCD. She had surgery in January, and she still try to get up and be doing stuff. Her brother died, and she was up being a hostess, and
Oh my goodness.
I said, you need to sit down. And I tell her that on the phone, you need to sit down. But it's hard for her to sit down. And she used to climb up. She reminded me the other day, she used to climb up on her roof. And she did. And we're the same age. Her birthday's in January, mine is in April. You got to meet her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but she just always have been like that, and she's still going strong. I wish I could, but I was working, doing other things while she was working at the post office. So, and then I was married, and most of the time she wasn't.
Okay.
So that makes a lot of difference when you doing for yourself and somebody else.
That's true.
Than when you just doing for yourself.
That is so true. You're right about that. You're right about that.
And Don wasn't a demanding type of husband. He wasn't crazy.
That makes a difference too. That makes a big difference. If you're not demanding, if you're not so needy, then it comes, like you said, easy. To just be able to make life easy at home.
Well, it was easy for me, and the 65 years came so fast I couldn't hardly believe it myself.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I wasn't worried about how even when the children came, I didn't worry about how things were gonna be looking when he got there, because I knew how it was looking to me.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I wish I could be like that now. But I'm still trying. I told him the other day he gonna wake up one day and say, "When did this happen?"
No, 65.
When did this happen? I see he's retired now and he's at home every day, and we go to different appointments almost every day in the week, sometimes 2 days a week. But we do that to keep moving and to help keep us strong. And a lot of people, as they get older, they neglect themselves.
You can't do that.
Especially if they don't have a partner.
Right.
And sometime in the relationship, the man have to encourage the woman, take her, back and forth, because, what's going on in their lives, in their individual life.
Right.
And sometimes it's the other way around. And you just have to do that. And just like I say, I didn't have to think about it. It just came natural to me. And a lot of times things do come natural to people. I think I was made to be a homemaker, and I was made to be a wife. And I always, all my life, I knew I was going to be married, and I knew I was going to have some children.
Yes.
Oh my God. Miss Pat, let me tell you this, Miss Cynthia. I used to say this all the time. I would always say that I am a good person. I'm a great wife. I said I wasn't the best of a girlfriend. I wasn't a great girlfriend because I didn't want to be a girlfriend and do wifely duties. So I wasn't.
Right.
So people would say you're not a good girlfriend. I'm a great wife. Right. And I feel that God put me on earth to be a wife. Right. And I feel like I flourish the most when I am a wife. I feel that there's certain things that just elevate within me. I feel that God speaks to me more and I can hear and I move more. Mm-hmm. So I think that's how I feel about myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, that's a good thing. Yeah, it is. And that's what makes it easy for me to compromise.
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, that's what makes it
part
easy.
of it. And you know, and speaking of what you just said, when my in-laws' son was still alive, my husband, we were I was at home with my oldest son. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I would my sister had moved in with us so she could go to nursing school. Mm-hmm. And she would watch me every day. My oldest was, a little baby on the floor, hadn't even learned to walk yet, really. And I would prepare our meals, had a schedule, preparing the meals and everything. And she watched me. She said, I see that you seem to be your most happy person when you are creating your home in your domestic life for you and your family. I said, I do. Naturally, I have inherently just had that in me all the time. And I remember in high school, I had scheduled it in my mind. I want to get married by the time I'm 30. I want to have 2 children, and I want to have my kids by the time I'm like 32-ish. It really happened almost. I was 28 when we got married. Wow. And then I had my 2 sons. I think I delivered my second son when I was 31 or 32. And it was like right on point with what I had said in high school. But I just felt that in my spirit, just like we were talking about. Yep. But, yeah, so we're going to move on to communication because I know that's a big thing.
Oh, gosh, yes.
In a marriage, in a relationship, but especially in a marriage. So communication is everything. But honesty without care is just damage. You can't build closeness without truth, but how you say things, it really matters. Speak to be understood, not to win, and listen to understand, not to defend. Exactly. What say you, Pat?
And not to criticize.
Okay. You know that comes up.
Yeah, those were some good points that you brought out, but not to criticize because you may see somebody just criticizing each other, either the man or the woman, criticizing each other, everything they say, But sometimes you may see something you want to criticize about, but you have to find a way to do it so it won't really sound like no criticism because you're supposed to help elevate each other, And if you see something that you need to say something about, you need to say it, but say it in the right way so you won't be offensive.
It's a way to say things.
It is.
It's a tone. It's a tone. It's a demeanor. I can say to you, hey, go take that trash out. What did that just give to you? I'm not even paying, yeah. I'm like, but I could say to you, hey, can you please go take that trash out for me? Or I'm doing this, so can you do this for me right now? It's all about how you say things. And I think people get it mixed up. If I say it this way, but my body language, we got to look at that body language too. So your entire being is talking to that person. And there's different types of conflict. Understand the different types of conflict. If it's interpersonal, if it's, personal, if it's, just understand your type of conflict and deal with it.
And you don't have to say, I'm doing this, so would you do this? You don't have to say that because obviously he see you doing something. So, do you mind taking the trash out?
There you go.
But most of the time, you don't have to ask men to take the trash out.
They just do it.
They
just
because they see you doing something too.
Exactly. Now I gotta toot my horn about this. When I was in Pooler, and Stanley was still here, he would come to Pooler weekly. He would say, don't take that trash out. I'll take it. He did not want me to have to put the trash in the car and then drive it to the dumpster because I was living in an apartment. He said, no, I got that. Even now, he takes the trash out every morning. So it's those things that I really like, those little things that are big things to me. Even, my grandson and I was at a restaurant, a couple of days ago, and my grandson opened the door for me. The gentleman that was coming behind me, he said, he's a good young man. He said, do you mind if I reward him? While I'm in the store, can I buy him something? I'm like, well, I don't mind. And he said, you don't see that. And he said, most people say, he said, what is the term? What is the term? I said, chivalry. He said, yes. He said, most people say chivalry is dead, but it's not. And he said, you teaching that grown man. And I can tell you with my Stanley, chivalry is not dead. I do not touch a door. I don't open a door. I don't do any of those things. You know, so I love that. And I'm supposed to love it, right?
Right.
And okay. And I'm appreciating it. I'm appreciating it too. Yes, ma'am.
And I had to get used to that. That was difficult for me because I've been single for so long. But even, you know, in relationships, dating people, the ones who try to come and open the door, they're like, hold up, hold up, hold up. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. And then like when we pull up somewhere and go to a restaurant or something, I'm getting ready to open my, hang on. I'm thinking, but I'm wasting time. We could have been in the restaurant now.
Let them do that
you
part.
gotta do that. I know. All right, so let's talk about conflict. Conflict is not the problem. How we handle it is. Ooh. So every couple argues. Strong marriages don't avoid conflict. No, they don't. They handle it without disrespect, stonewalling, or bringing in old baggage. Stay focused on the issue that you're having, not tearing down the person. What say you, Val?
I say when it comes to that, there's something that I exercise. I learned this a long time ago. I learned when we're having a conversation and it's not getting heated, but I can understand that there may be a little frustration. So I learned to say, this is what you said to me. This is how I heard it. This is how I feel. So now there's no guessing and what's going on. So we're going to avoid that conflict altogether. So now I'm now in my mind, I'm teaching you how to understand me, how to talk to me.
Yes.
And the way that you respond teaches me how to respond to you, how to hear you, how to see you. So I've been exercising that, and I gotta say it's been working really well.
Okay.
And then also my quiet time, and we talked about this. If it's something that we're not in total agreement of, let's take a step back. All right. It doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. Doesn't mean that I didn't hear you. Let's just take a step back to process what's going on before we open our mouth. Right. The one thing my mom and dad always said, when it comes out, guess what?
Take it back in.
You can't take it back.
No.
So I'm trying, this is not my first marriage. This is my third marriage. So I'm trying not to do any of the things that I did in those. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm not looking for you to do things that they did and just harp on that.
Right.
So I'm moving past that. Yeah.
All right, Pat, what do you say about communication?
Well, communication is communication. That means you talk a while and I talk a while. If you got something going on, you can tell me that. And if I got something going on, but you don't interrupt each other. Give you give each other time to say whatever you have to express, to express yourself. Because the worst thing you could do is cut somebody off. And, because sometimes people like to talk over each other, Sometimes the woman like to talk over the man if she bossy. And sometimes the man don't want to talks over the woman.
Yes.
Because he feel like he's the man. But I think we need to give each other time to say what you have to say. And you really do need to express yourself because I imagine there was a time when I was younger, I wouldn't say wouldn't say nothing. If he said something hurt my feelings or something, I wouldn't say anything. But I learned as I went on to if something he said hurt my feelings, tell him, Don, you hurt my feelings when you said so and so and so. At first he may not have heard what you said, but just make sure that the person know that they hurt your feelings, and they will think about that the next time they get ready to say something. Because a man ain't quick to tell you now that you hurt his feelings.
Right.
He's not gonna tell you that you hurt my feelings.
Yes.
But you can feel it.
Right.
You can feel when you say something. Because if I'm not feeling good or something, I may snap or something. I say, I may not say it right then, but then I say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Right.
But it's very seldom I do that, but I have done that. But I don't mind apologizing because I don't ever mean to just snap and just say something, but sometimes I do. But I don't have no problem with letting him know that, just like I don't have no problem with letting him know if he said something that hurt my feelings. But in these days, it very seldom happens because we have been through just about everything. And it's nothing to really argue about.
Right.
You know.
I can imagine.
He mentioned not too long ago something about we don't argue. I said, no, what we gonna argue about?
I love that.
You know.
Yes, we know everything.
We don't. Yeah, we 65 years. What is it to argue about? So we try to enjoy our time. He loves his music. I like the music too, but sometimes he likes to be looking at listening to music, and I'm watching TV. And sometimes we watching TV together. Most of the time we watch TV together late at night. And I might even pop some popcorn and get some raisins. And he used to would ever eat nothing in no bed. But he will eat popcorn in the bed. Maybe even a half a banana sandwich sometimes.
I just love
You know, because we don't eat a lot. The older you get, I think the less appetite you have. And sometimes if we eat breakfast really late, we don't eat no dinner. So 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, we might want something.
Oh my goodness!
We might split a Dr. Pepper, a Red Rock or something, and eat a half a banana sandwich.
At 2:30 in the morning, you get up and make it.
I'm already up.
You already, so you get out your bed and go in the kitchen and you go ahead. I like that.
Now she's a night owl sometimes.
Most of the time I'm a night owl.
Okay.
Most of the time I don't go to sleep early.
Yeah.
I guess I got in the habit of doing that when he was working at night.
Oh, that's right.
You know, because for years he worked at night. But I don't mind getting up and fixing something, you know, because I've always tried to watch my weight. And if I eat a little bit in the evening, but I'm not always hungry at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
I hope not.
I'm not always hungry, and I don't eat no meal.
Right.
You know, we don't eat no meal.
Just a snack.
Yeah, just something like a banana sandwich or peanut butter toast or something like that.
Peanut butter and bananas, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one. You don't complete each other. You support each other. Each person still needs their own identity, their own purpose, and growth outside the marriage. And a healthy marriage is two whole people choosing each other, not two halves of people clinging out of need. What do you say to that, Pat?
Well, you're not. You can't make your partner be like you,
Right.
and he can't make you be like him.
Right.
You're both an individual.
Yes.
And you're supposed to present yourself as that. You know, you can't make nobody be like you because you've been that way all your life, and you think your way is the way.
Did you see her do her head?
Did I? I didn't. I didn't even realize that.
You're right though. You can. I'm gonna do this like at home.
I know, but
I didn't even realize that. No. But you know, when you watch other people, and it's not just people younger than you doing certain ways. I have watched people all through my marriage, how they did and how I did.
Right,
you know.
Right.
And one of my friends that passed on, and we were really best friends. We took our kids everywhere together, and we just did everything together. We tried to lose weight together. We always went to exercise. We had to go way in the other neighborhood to find somewhere to exercise when my kids were little.
Okay.
And that's ridiculous, but you don't have to do that now because it's somewhere on every corner.
Every corner, yes.
But we used to go everywhere trying to find a place that we could go exercise. So we were trying to be good housewives and get up in the morning and do what we're going to do, and then get our little kids ready and put them in the strollers, and we'll be gone, you know.
Man, well, I'll tell you for me. Can I hold this for 1 second, please? just for 1 second. I always feel like I got something to say. I just be joking. But anyway, I think I'm really glad that you made that, gave us that question to think about, because, I know people and family and friends where they've been married for a certain amount of time and they feel like, okay, I have to do everything with my husband or with my wife all the time, all the time, all the time. But I'm like, well, you still got to be able to have yourself, because like you said, you're one whole individual and you two have now become one, but you were someone else. You were somebody anyway in the beginning. Right. So I think it's really good to still be able to do what you're, to do things on your own, to do things with your friends, to do things with your family, because that's part of who you are. Mm-hmm. So, Stanley and I had that conversation before we got married, because we talked about expectations. Okay. I don't want to, like I told you, he's president of a bikers club. I don't expect you to not do that anymore, because that's part of who you are. Right. So we had those good conversations. So we're fine with that. And as I talk to other couples, and they tell me, oh, no, 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 no. We just do all this. We don't do these things. It's per person based. Right. That's what, what works for you, works for you. What works for you, works for you. And Lord knows what worked for us, worked for us. Like you said earlier, don't compare and look at what other people do. Do what works for you. Am I on the right track?
You absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And then, and you were talking to me about how you're trying to get into the bike riding, because you don't like riding motorcycles.
Lord, no.
And I told her it's really a lot of fun if you're on the back, not driving, but on the back, and especially if your husband is driving. And
exactly.
You have your arms around him.
I'm gonna hold on to him.
You feel safe and everything. It's a great thing. So she's gonna give it a try. And then she's going for the fishing part.
Yes.
Learning the fishing part. And when I was with Kelvin, I got into what he was really into, that bowling, honey. And we started bowling on the leagues together. And
and that brings us closer together.
It really does.
So, and I don't mind doing that now. Like she said, I've never got on motorcycles, just been afraid. But tomorrow I'm getting on there and I'm going to enjoy myself. And when I told him today that I was going to go with him, he was so excited. So that really brings us together. Yeah. So I'm going to get on that motorcycle, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all about it next week. Yeah. Tell y'all about it next week.
I'll introduce you to my niece. She just turned 50.
Okay.
And she's on a cruise at this present time. Okay. About every other month, she's on a cruise somewhere. Mm-hmm. She rides a bike. She rides that little, what you call that funny looking car. She rides that. And she rides the motorcycle herself, and she's in a club, some clubs. Uh-huh. Yeah. So she could tell you a lot about that. And she just got married. For her first time. She had her first wedding anniversary in April.
Oh my God, that's good.
But the three-wheeler, I would drive a three-wheeler.
I think I would
easy.
too.
You got your balance. That's what I was saying.
I think I would ride a three-wheeler.
I'll drive a car.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I think I would have. I would have rode a bike. I would drive a motorcycle. Yeah, when I was younger, I'm pretty sure I would, because I always wanted to do that. But I don't think about that now.
Pat, whatever you're doing tomorrow at 11:30, you stop and you pray before I'm gonna get on that motorcycle. So
okay, I'll do that.
Just be calm. Mm-hmm. Oh, honey, pray for me.
You'll probably be calmer than you think you would.
I hope you know what? The good thing too is that they have a lot of support, because they're going to be with a group like 6
so you're probably not going to even think about it.
Exactly.
You're not going to be driving it, are you?
No, ma'am.
You'll be all right.
I'm be on the back. You're going to hold on to my eyes like this.
You'll be fine. You're going to open your eyes.
Every now and then I'm going to do this.
Your hair's going to be blowing in the wind.
You're going to open your eyes because you're going to see what's all
Titanic. Except it's not going to go down. Exactly. I know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to this.
Sorry.
No worries. We digress, y'all. Okay, so next, this is big. Money, expectation, and roles to be talked about early and often before marriage, because money expectations is big. First marriages struggle a lot here, and I know that for a fact. They do. Be clear about spending, saving, responsibilities, and what you both expect life to look like when you guys grow older, and what you built, you can see unspoken expectations can really turn into resentment. And that is so true. What say you about?
Okay. I'm glad. I love this one too. We had a really deep conversation before we got married about expectations, expenses, and money. And he's really, really good with finances.
Okay.
Really good. And that's great because what did I say earlier? You got to sit at the foot of a master to learn things. Right. So where you're weak, you need that person that's strong. Right. Mm-hmm. So he's strong in the area for me. So that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So we go through what we need for the month. We go through what we're saving. Where is this part being? What is this for? Mm. So what I've done, I've created these envelopes. If we're saving, are we saving for vacation? Are we saving for emergencies? Are we saving for the car? So that we're directing that money into those places. Yes. So that way we'll know what we're doing. If we overspend, okay, let's have a conversation. We've overspent for this month. Mm-hmm. So next month we're not going to do this. So having that open communication. And as he said, you can spend some money. I'm like, not really, but maybe I can. Okay. So we have that communication, and I'm glad about that. Now, sometimes it's not always easy, but the expectation and the tone is already set. Mm-hmm. So now we know, okay, all right, so let's do this, let's do that. So I'm glad we had that conversation early on, because some people don't. Right. Because we don't. And what is it? They said that the number one strain on marriages is finance. Communication, infidelity. Mm-hmm. So we have those heavy hard hitter conversations beforehand, and they're working now. We've been married for 3 weeks now, and we pray that they're going to continue to work. 3 weeks, and we pray that they'll continue to work 65 years. So
and 30 years will be here before you know it.
Before you know it, exactly. Before you know it. And the one thing I do want to say before you say something, Miss Pat, is that my last marriage, it was more of a that marriage was where, like, I felt his thumbs were pressed down on me. Well, I could not do anything with money. Okay. I couldn't do anything, could not touch it. He was controlling everything. Okay. So in this marriage, it's not like that, and it feels good. And he says to me, I'm not here to control you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to make your life light. I'm here to give you that soft season that you so deserve. That's why I'm here. In order to have that soft season, there's rules and regulations and things that we have to continue so that you can do that. That's that communication.
Yeah, and that's that partnership.
That's that partnership, and I understand that.
Wow. Well, when we first got married, we were young, so we didn't discuss finances. We didn't discuss savings or anything. But along the way, everything fell in place. You know, he would always be the one to go to the bank, but I would be the one that wrote out the checks and to pay the bills, to pay things. But everything just went like it went, and we never had to go through any change. We never did go through no money changes about you do this and I do that, and we didn't never specify who do what. Right. It just went like it went, and we were both satisfied with it. And he didn't have no problem with me overspending.
That's good.
And I didn't have no problem with him overspending. So I think we communicated well without even talking about a lot of things as far as the money go, even though he was the breadwinner most of the time. But he didn't police me because he knew he could trust me.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Trust. That's the operative word.
Trust. Yeah. I love that. That's right. You gotta have that trust.
Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, he would have questioned everything.
He would have, and I didn't do him like that either.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Trusting.
Okay. So respect is non-negotiable. Love can exist without respect, but it won't last. The way you speak, joke, argue, and treat each other in private and public matters more than grand gestures. What say you, Beth?
I think that is so true. You got to have that respect, like you said, that trust. So if you're trusting someone, you're putting your trust in them, then you respect them. There's no need for you to be disrespectful, to say certain things, do certain things, make comments. What if Stanley comes to me and tell me this is what he's going to do, I take that at face value and I go on about my day, and I respect every part of him. I respect him because I love him. I respect him because he's a nurturer to me. He's only shown me good things, so I have no reason to let my guard down. So respect goes a long way. So to me, the trusting, the communication, the respect, it all works hand in hand. Like you said, you can have love, but if you don't have those pieces of the ingredients, your cake is not going to be good.
That's
you can't
truth.
bake no cake. You got to have all the ingredients.
One of the ingredients
One
is missing.
missing.
You can
It's not
taste
going to
it,
be
honey.
good. Exactly.
It really doesn't matter how long you've been married, what a shorter time, but you got to have that trust.
You got to.
And the
Yeah,
respect.
because this, I would imagine it'd be a miserable life for both partners. You know, if he got to be wondering what you doing all the time as soon as you walk out the door, and what going back to what you said before, everybody need their own space. You know, like if one go somewhere, you got to, where you going, where you been, and like you interrogating somebody, you have to have that trust.
And that's because you don't trust.
Exactly.
But
it's all right to do the same thing too when you want to do the same thing. You know, because most of the time now when you see one of us, you see the other.
Yes.
You know, and I don't mind, and he doesn't mind.
Exactly.
Because you guys are one.
Yeah,
That's right.
And we're at home all together, and you know, we're at home all day. When we are at home, if we leave, we basically go together.
Right.
And we don't. I don't try to make him miserable, and I don't feel like he tried to make me miserable. You know, because it's like I say, he like his music. Sometimes he like to be in there with the music, and sometimes he like to be in there with me. And whatever. And then sometimes I'm doing other things that he's not gonna do. You know, around the house, and he doesn't do them, but it doesn't bother me. But I appreciate anything that he does. You know.
That part. Oh God, that's true.
And that shows that respect. You guys respect each other. You know, freedom to do.
Yeah, because if you don't respect each other, I'm gonna tell you this about the money part. I have told my grandsons that, and I told my son this. Like when they get, you know, when they dating somebody, and I think they may be getting a little bit closer. That if she don't show you hers, you don't show show her yours. That's money.
Yes.
Don't be showing nobody how much money you got. If they're not gonna show you what they got, you know, because they'll be hiding theirs and keeping theirs, you know, and then you spending all yours, and then I mean, even if they do, you know, while you're still dating and stuff, sometimes you can get too open with people, and show, you know, man, like you showing them, well, you know, you thinking that this is a good thing to show her all your money and how much money you got and how much you saved and all this.
She's really thinking it's a good thing.
Yeah, and she ain't showing him nothing. You know.
But she's not willing to sacrifice it.
No, she's not going to show you, but I tell her, if she don't show you yours, I don't know how much attention they ever paid me to that, but I mean that from my heart. We didn't do that because we didn't have to do that because neither one of us have nothing to start out with, you know. So when things did begin to come in, it was the trust was already there, you know. But it's not like that these days, you know. A woman that sit up and save her money, and I'm a woman myself, so it ain't no disrespect. But I have seen this and I have heard this, and they'll save up their money and spend yours, and next thing you know, they're ready to go another way, and they going with their money because they use your money to help pay them pay themselves out of debt.
I've heard that before.
You know, and they gone by your business, and you trying to catch up. Where did my money go? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And where the guy was being honest, because I do have to say that the guys, it's faithful, it's handsome, faithful guys in the family. It's more not. We don't have any girls yet. I didn't have any girls, and nobody else didn't have no girls. But they just, you know, they're loyal to whoever they love. You know,
that's a blessing.
they're very loyal. So whoever get in of them getting a good man, and I know that from my heart, not just because they're my grandchildren and my son. I know that they getting a good partner. You know, and they work together. you know,
it can build.
Yeah, it can, and I don't want to see no woman
That's
taking.
why we're doing this today, because we want marriage to be a thing again.
Yeah, and I don't want to see no woman taking advantage of my grandsons because I won't like them.
Oh, baby. I'm like that with my son. I'm blessed that my son has a really great girlfriend. That girl, I mean, she meets him where, they're good, and I love that.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, yes.
But otherwise, you can feel things in people, you know.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, the older you get, the more you know you not know what you call it when you see things and know people.
Oh,
you know you're not
clairvoyant or something.
you're not trying to be no fortune teller.
Yeah.
Or nothing like that. But as you grow older, you feel things. You know.
It's our intuition.
Yeah, you just feel things, and you be wondering, now, why I'm feeling this, you know, and then it turns out to be something you need to be feeling.
Yes.
You know.
Look, don't mess with my babies.
Yeah, but that's the way I feel.
Okay.
I feel like that about my children and about my grandson.
Oh, right, I'm like that too. We'll go to bat for them.
Okay, I know. Okay, so let's talk about intimacy. Intimacy is more than physical. Emotional safety, trust, and affection, and feeling seen are those things that really build the connection.
It is. And it's not all about the intimacy. Intimacy plays a great part. But when there's no intimacy anymore, and there don't ever have to be no intimacy, because intimacy is more than sex.
That's what I was
going
to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's more than sex. You know, because what if you just got married and your husband gets sick, and he's not able to do anything like that? You gonna force him to do something sick? Yeah, you're going to love him anyway, and you're going to keep on. And if you really love him, you're going to, you have intimacy in just talking.
And just conversation.
Or just laying there.
Conversation.
But just laying beside him.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
And even if you're not talking, you still communicating. Because you feel what you feel coming from a man, and he feels what he feels coming from you.
And that's your intimate space.
That's it.
And if it's anxiety, you feel that too. You know.
Yes. He can calm you. His spirit and presence calms you and it soothes you. So it's more than, like you're saying, it's more than sexual.
It is. It's like doing things for each other.
Yes.
Yes.
That's intimacy.
Whether you're sick or not. You know what I mean? Because even if you well all the time, that's not the whole part of it.
That's true.
That's
so true. I like that.
And you're both going to change along your journey. So plan for that. The person you marry when you're 30 won't be the same person at 40 or 60. Growth is normal. The goal is to grow together and not drift apart. We hear that all the time. Stay curious about each other. I hear so many times people grew apart, and that's when they got a divorce.
Yeah.
I
think that I'm very jovial, and so is Stanley. So we do things. We do karaoke. We play little card games. I don't know like how to play spades and stuff like that. But I know how to play Uno and Pity Pat. I know how to do that. 21, I know how to do little things. So we find things to keep us going. And I think we would do that. I've learned in my past to do that because I'm changing. I'm forever changing. So what I like at 30, I don't like at 50.
Right.
So, and I know it's going to be a change going on for each of us. So we're just going to always commit to being there for each other and making ourselves available for each other so that we can continue to learn and do things together to keep it going, because we love each other. And we want to just keep going and growing. Let me tell you just to tell you this really quickly. 2 things that I missed from being married, and people always say, well, why do you want to be married? What do you want? What are you looking for? I look for the interaction at the dinner table. I don't like sitting at the table by myself. I don't want to sit on the couch and eat I want to sit at the dinner table and I want to have conversation. I missed that when I was not married. And now that I'm married, I look forward to that. That's one thing. The second thing is sitting on the porch and just looking. Just looking. We're there together. Even if we just sit there and have coffee or a cocktail, that's intimacy. Those are things that build me and that that I love, and those are things that he loves. So even when and even if, God forbid, we can't say a word, even if or when we can't move like we used to, but we still have that, and we have those memories.
I love that.
You know,
I love that. And before you say anything, I want to say this about you. This is one thing that I have admired and respected about you and Donald all the time I've known you guys. Every time they have a meal, she brings his plate to him to the table, sits down next to him, holds his hand, and he prays over the food. Yes. Every time I see that, you just don't know how much it touched my spirit.
Then it just feels good.
Yes. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm glad it does because I do it without thinking.
I know.
Yes.
It's just in you.
It's in you.
I do it without thinking. And most of the time when we're eating, we're not talking. You know, we may talk after we get through eating because he's eating.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I eat very slow.
Right.
And he eats faster than me.
Okay.
But most men do eat faster.
Yeah, they do.
Women. But we talk a little bit, but we haven't made it a habit of talking while we're eating. But we do a lot of talking.
Okay.
And sometimes we just quiet together.
Okay.
You know.
That's good.
Okay, forgiveness. Forgiveness is required. Yes. But there are also some boundaries with that. So you will hurt each other at times. That's an absolute fact. Letting go of small offenses is going to keep the relationship healthy. But repeated disrespect, dishonesty, and I'm preaching to the choir with this. With dishonesty and harm needs to be addressed firmly, not ignored. I know both of y'all know that, you know, and don't even do that. But letting go of the small offenses is that keeping relationships healthy. Pat.
Something you said before, I need to go back and say something about it. Like you said, you have to plan for when you get older and not thinking the same. I don't feel like it's nothing you can really plan for because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So you just, a lot of things you just have to plan for it and take care of it as it comes.
Right.
Because you're not going to know what to look for.
Right.
Because you don't know. You know, you don't know what it's going to be like, and you can't plan for the unknown.
Right, and in that one, I think it
God.
was saying that. It was saying just plan for the growth in you guys.
Yeah.
You're going to grow
Because
different
you know
ways.
what's gonna happen.
So
you are.
for that. And if you do that, you won't be surprised when they're changing or something's happening, you know. Yeah.
With that, I always say, God prepare me. God prep me.
Well,
God
He will.
Exactly.
God will prepare you for the changes,
Exactly.
whatever come about, you know.
Exactly.
And some things you're not going to even think about,
That's
you
true.
know. And if you see people that's not adhering to that, that's because there's something wrong.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
something wrong. And they may figure it out, and they may not figure it out. So sometimes people don't realize they really love somebody till that person is gone out of their life, you know. And it is because you think of how much you have missed and how much you will miss in the future because well, don't sweat the small things.
Right.
There you go.
Because you have a lot of other things that you
That's right.
Be able to deal with, and you'll know how to deal with them without taking yourself through a lot of change.
Choose your battles.
That's right. Absolutely. That's right. Choose your battles, because some of them not worth even addressing. You know, then you'll realize, I'm glad I let that go. I'm glad I didn't say that. You be taking yourself through a whole lot of changes for nothing, because it really didn't mean nothing. You know.
So marriage is not 50-50. It's actually 100-100.
It is.
Some days.
I don't even know where that 50-50 came from.
I don't even know either.
You can't even do that if you try.
Exactly.
Who made that up?
I wonder who made it up too.
Carry you.
Yes.
And then, you guys have got the same amount of time.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So definitely you want to choose your partner wisely. This is so important. And then keep choosing them every day. Chemistry is going to fade. Character does not. Integrity, emotional maturity, and shared values will matter far more than any attraction that you had initially over time.
But you know what?
Right. What?
Chemistry is not going to fade. It may change, but it's not going to fade.
Okay.
Good.
I love that.
Good.
Okay.
That's
I
a
love
good one.
that.
And
that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's all because of the conversations of love and respect and everything that you've been going on with along the way.
And the same endorphins you get from running or something, you get that from your partner.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
You know,
That is
so
true.
that's why I say chemistry is not going to go away. It's just going to change through the different phases you go through.
That's true.
And even when you see a child grow and they go through different phases, you know, they got to crawl before they walk. But there have been children that walk before they crawl.
Yes, ma'am.
Haven't you heard of that before?
Skip that stage.
Yeah, they skip that stage. They get up and just start walking. You better look out for them in the future.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, protect that marriage. Be mindful of outside influences, friends, family, and work, especially social media now, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
What you allow in can either strengthen or quietly erode your bond.
That is so true. Now I'll say this: like, I'm on social media. Stanley does not know. He does not like it at all. And when I'm on there, I'm posting things that are happy or inspirational things of that nature. And I may show him or whatever. So I know that's not something he wants and likes. So there's no way I'm gonna add him or put him in that that type of situation. I vow to protect my marriage because he was given to me. He's my angel on earth. So I vow to protect him at all costs to the max. And he vows that same thing. So I won't disrespect him. I won't put him in rooms and situations that he didn't even, that's not even warranted. So I feel good to do that. And I can't say that I've ever made that statement in my past marriages. I don't know if I even felt that way. And then I also think that with time, growth, and being more connected to God, then you do things a whole lot differently. You see things differently. You feel things differently. And so when it comes to me protecting him, I feel like that's part of what I'm supposed to do. You know, I'm his helpmeet. So I am going to do what I can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, y'all. The bottom line before marriage is it's about choosing wisely with clarity. Now, during marriage, it's about showing up consistently with intention. A lot of people want a strong marriage, but avoid the discipline it requires. And it requires work, y'all. Marriage is work. So the ones who win in this area are not perfect people. They're committed people. Committed to each other. I love it. Thank you, ladies. I love it. We have one that's married 3 weeks, one that's married 65 years. Yes. What a difference and what a conversation we've had. We would love to hear your thoughts and comments, you guys, below. And keep this conversation going. Thank you, Val, and thank you, Pat, for being here at Coffee Chats Unfiltered. Let's put our coffee caps up one time. All right.
Thank you, Cynthia.
With Pat's fist.
Boom. There we go. Boom.
Thank you, Cynthia, for inviting me because I didn't know what you were going to ask me. And you said that you were going through, but I was glad.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.
This man, he had a book. I said, be a good man and still a nice guy.
Oh, that's good. I
like that.
Donald.
Be a good man and a nice guy.
Recording. That's the husband of 65 years. Be a good man and not a nice guy. That's some excellent.
That's what I love.
Advice.
That's what I love.
Too.
And can I please just give my quick little thing? Okay, we want God to give fresh wind to each and every one of us from the north, south, east, and west. Lord, we thank you. Protect us and guide us and keep on planning and providing for us. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Look, I didn't even know how to act now that Val's here in person. Because I always say, Val, you got a word for us? And Val had to say, hold on, I got something to say.
Let's get that word.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.